Hello from Seoul. If you're a big fan of tteokbokki but you want it to be milder, this is it. These chewy rice cakes in a creamy luxurious sauce with just the right amount of heat will definitely make your dinner super special. Yes, creamy and spicy in one delightful dish. Today, we're gonna be making tteokbokki, spicy Korean rice cakes. But we're not gonna make the normal one. We're gonna make rosé tteokbokki, nice and chewy rice cakes in a creamy spicy gochujang sauce. This is the dish you will absolutely fall in love with. For this, you will need some rice cakes, bacon, mini sausages, heavy cream, and milk. That's it! And if you could also add this kind of white glass noodles, they're gonna give another texture to the dish. So that's gonna be so much more fun. But to keep it simple, I'm just gonna skip them today. Here, some of you might be thinking, Aaron, where the heck is that green dude? I know our love green onion will make it more delicious, but we'll just skip and stick to the basics. Am I making the biggest mistake in my life? Should we just use a little for the garnish? Alright, let's talk about the rice cakes first. Today, I'll be using miltteok, rice cakes made with flour. I'm using these just because this is what restaurants use for their rosé tteokbokki. But you can use any type of rice cakes you like. It's totally a matter of preference, so just use what you have on hand. Everything will be fantastic. Next, take 3 strips of bacon and cut them into bite-sized pieces. Now, some of you might ask, Aaron, are you sure you're using bacon? Yes, this is bacon for sure. Korean bacon is usually made with pork leg or pork shoulder. I guess all the good quality pork belly is used up for Korean barbecue. So in Korea, it doesn't even get a chance to be made into bacon. So if your bacon has too much fat, you can use a little less. This time, get yourself some sausages and just lightly score them. That will release all the flavor and make your tteokbokki sauce more flavorful. For information, for cream-based tteokbokki, we normally use these little sausages instead of fish cakes. But if you say you're not a big fan of fish cakes, so you can't imagine having tteokbokki without them, then just go ahead and use them. I'm just trying to follow the style of the most famous rosé tteokbokki restaurant, so you can definitely customize this recipe to suit your taste. The sauce itself is so delicious, everything will come out fantastic. Now, let's make the seasoning paste. In a small container, add 2 to 3 tablespoons of fine gochugaru, Korean chili pepper flakes, half a tablespoon of gochujang, Korean chili paste, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of dashida, Korean beef stock powder, half a tablespoon of curry powder, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, 3 tablespoons of water, and give it a good mix. Here, if you don't have this Korean beef stock powder, you can replace it with chicken bouillon powder. What? You can't get this Korean style curry powder either? Don't worry about it. Then, this kind of curry block can be a good substitute. About a quarter of this would be enough. By the way, we have all the instructions and a list of ingredients on our blog, aaronandclaire.com. So please visit here if you need a written recipe. Alright, we're set. Let's get cooking. Fill your pot with enough water and bring it to a boil. Once it starts boiling, add the rice cakes and blanch them for about 2 minutes until they just start to soften. If you just put these rice cakes right into the creamy sauce, they're gonna take a while to cook, so you might not get the perfect creamy luxurious sauce. So when making creamy sauce tteokbokki, I highly recommend blanching them first. What? You wanna know this kind of tip more and more? I'm so glad you brought that up, because everything you need is in this one book. Trust me, with this one book, you can cook more than 100 Korean dishes like a pro, so don't forget to check it out. The link is in the description. Alright, get yourself a pan, add half a tablespoon of oil and turn on the heat to medium-low. Once it's heated, add the bacon, sausages, and cook for about 2 minutes. During this step, all the beautiful fat and flavor will come out, and that's gonna take it to the next level. Now, into this beautiful fat, add your seasoning paste and saute for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Once you can see some chili oil here and there, add 1 cup of milk and 1 cup of heavy cream. Now we're just gonna give it a good stir and simmer it for about 4 minutes. Here, make sure it's a gentle boil and let all the flavors come together. After about 4 minutes, add your drained rice cakes and simmer it for another 5 to 6 minutes. And then when the sauce gets thickened, turn the heat off. Alright, let's give it a quick taste and add some salt to taste. Now all we have left is to give it a final mix. So simple, right? There's no reason not to give it a try. You can totally serve it in a bowl, but let's eat out of the pan today. However, since there are no green onions in it, I feel like something is missing. So let's just sprinkle some green onions on top. Now it looks perfect, right? Alright, let's call our taste tester.
Claire?
Woo! Finally, it's Rosé Tteokbokki! Actually, Aaron is not a big fan of tteokbokki, so it took a long time to make this dish. I asked him several times, but he always said nope. But you know what? Even though he's not a big fan of tteokbokki, he's good at making tteokbokki. Let's give it a try. Ooh, I love this thickening sound.
색깔이 일단 딱 완벽하구만. 빨가면서 그 취지한 느낌이 제대로 느껴지는군요.
Cheers!
나 잘못하면은 배에서 꼬르륵 소리 나는 거 들릴 것 같아. 빨리 먹어야겠어. 와우. 똑같네. You nailed it. 이게 되는구나. 진짜 똑같다. 우리 배달시켜서 먹었을 때랑 완전 똑같아.
Actually, we tried this dish last week because he wanted to make it as close as possible, and I can confidently say this is almost the same, or it's even better.
이거는 배달을 할 필요가 없겠는 걸 이제부터. 미안하지만 너무 똑같은데. 맛있어. 이제 맛을 묘사해줘야 되는데. 한 입만 더 먹고. 첫째, 그 시중에 원래 많이 먹던 떡볶이 떡이 아니라 조금 더 긴 떡을 사용해서 그런지 나한테는 약간 국수 먹는 그런 느낌? 쫀득거리는 국수를 먹는 느낌. 그런 느낌이 좀 재밌었다. 그리고 두 번째는 그 은은하게 퍼지는 카레 향. 그게 신의 향수였어. 난 사실 로제 떡볶이를 안 먹어봤던 이유가 단순히 원래 우리가 알고 있는 로제 파스타 소스랑 똑같을 거라고 생각해서 굳이 도전을 해야 되나? 약간 이렇게 생각을 했었거든. 근데 그 약간의 그 카레 향이 진짜 한 10배 더 맛있게 해주는 약간 신의 향수로 다시 바꿔주는 그런 킹 역할을 하더라. 그 약간의 그 카레 향이 이거를 정말 중독적으로 만들어주는 것 같아. It literally takes it to the next level. Please do not skip it. 너무 맛있어. 그리고 어묵을 그렇게 좋아하지 않는 나한테는 떡볶이에 이 소세지가 대신 들어가는 건 거의 뭐 나를 위한 음식이다. 아마 나 같은 사람 많을까? 맛있다.
By the way, if you think it needs some protein in it, then cook it with some boiled egg. That's gonna be even more fantastic. Enjoy!
Today, I showed you how to make creamy rosé tteokbokki. How was it? It is so simple, but absolutely delicious, right? This dish has become very popular in Korea over the past few years. And even someone like me, who isn't the biggest fan of tteokbokki, thinks that this is damn good. So if you're looking for some mild but super addictive tteokbokki, this will be the perfect choice. I guarantee it. Alright, this is it for today, and I'll see you next time.